Hey guys, GhazzyTV here with another Path of Exile video, and in this one we're going to talk about the Delirium Everywhere event that starts on Monday the 21st, 2100 hours CET. On the web page here on the Path of Exile page, you'll see the starting times in your local time if you're logged in. So 9 p.m. GMT +1. The dense fog hangs over raid class, blah 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 blah. They're going to have a random spawn from 10 up to 100% delirium with a minimum and maximum level of delirium scaling with a level of the zone, unlike last time we had this event. So this means that in the earlier levels we will be having situations where we won't have 100% delirium, making it pretty much impossible to kill anything. So with this event, we're going to have a very different approach to it, and it should be a lot easier in the early stage of the campaign compared to how it was last time. However, that's not what this video is about. This video is about talking about different starter builds. Now, first off, you have the page here to talk about these things, and we have the Delirium Everywhere event prices. You can get that box at level 50, but we have the random draws level 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, and 95, as well as the Godslayer Pride microtransaction for the top players. All of these events rewards will be seen in this post. You can check it out yourself, and I think the first thing you want to do is make sure you set the goal for yourself and say, hey, I want to reach that level, or I want to do this, or hell, ignore that and say, hey, I want to play this build, and I want to see if I can have fun with that, and we'll see what level I end up with. So first off, just put the goal up and then play that and try to achieve that goal with whatever build you want to. That would be the best way to enjoy the event. For those of you who are looking to get a little bit of an edge in the event itself, to get a little bit smoother leveling experience, I have a couple of builds in store for you. First off, you can type !guide here in the Twitch stream, but in the link in the descriptions, you'll be able to see a link to my build guide hub. In here we have tons of build guides and other guides such as crafting and profit making guides, anime guardian guides, and farming guides and mechanical guides. There's so many guides in here, and we're actually posting 1 or 2 new guides every single week, and they're always updated before every new league once we see the patch notes, so do check that out. Some of the builds that I'll be talking about in this video will be in the guided version on this page as well. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the builds that I think will be really good. I'm just going to show you the entire page. You guys can look through it. I'll be talking a little bit about them, and the list looks like this because I love my notepad. So first off, we got the Dark Pact approach, which you can level with either Spark and Pierce. So this means that you're gonna have to mule the Pierce from one of the other characters, being the Ranger, and you can level this with your Witch. You can level with Spark and Pierce pretty much all the way if you want to. However, Dark Pact does offer you the possibility to switch to leveling with Dark Pact when you get access to it, level 28, I believe it is. However, I will say this, I don't think it's going to be that effective until you get to the point of getting Echo, maybe a little higher level than that as well. So maybe about 40, 45 is when the speed of leveling with Dark Pact will pick up, but there is a possibility for you to level with it if you'd like. Other than that, it will require a medium cluster eventually, which should be dropping like candy in this event. And this medium cluster is the one with minion life. You can use alterations to roll the blessed rebirth. All of this is covered in the build guide, of course. But outside of that, the build is one of those really high performing builds that just never gets old. It's such a fun build. I played it on a very high level during 3.19, and I think it will do very well in this event. The other build is actually a build I played during the Delve event, which is a Dominating Blow. Now, Dominating Blow has always had a huge lack of significant single target damage output as per usual. However, it's still able to run simple pinnacle endgame bosses, and they'll take some time to kill, but it's very safe to do, and then are still reliable and doable to actually pull off. You have to keep in mind that this event is not focused on bossing. It is actually focused on the Delirium approach, which is for map clearing, which means the Dominating Blow should actually excel on that with almost no gear at all. And that's really cool. Another thing to mention with the Dominating Blow is the fact that you can level with Dominating Blow from level 28. It is a bit slow, but again, it's very reliable. DB has been one of those really reliable and sturdy league starter builds that doesn't require any gear at all, and has just been really resilient, if you will, by surviving every single patch. Again, it's not the fastest, it's not the best, it's just one of those reliable, sturdy motherfuckers that will just get the work and the job done. Other builds such as SRS will be the next in the list, and the SRS build is obviously one of the most well-rounded builds on the table. You can level with SRS in 2 different versions. I'm a big fan of running the regular hit version, basically not speccing into minion instability. Now, minion instability is located over here, just northeast of the witch starter area, which makes your minions explode. This is also referred to as a popcorn SRS build. You can level with that pretty reliably, such as using the Infernal Legion and using this as another explosion method, but I personally prefer the regular hit version myself. Both styles will perform from start to finish. I do believe that you're gonna want to go over to a hit version in the end game either way. And similar to Dark Pact, SRS builds will require that extra medium cluster jewel eventually, which again should drop like candy in this event. The other build I want to talk about is Absolution. The damage is absolutely there. However, the problem is, as mentioned before, the Delirium event is focused about clearing and not single target bossing. Again, this also goes hand in hand with what you decided you want to do with the event. If you don't care about just clearing maps over and over and over again, you kind of want to kill some bosses whilst having Delirium as a fun thing on the side, then an Absolution will be a very cool build to play. The damage is absolutely disgusting from this build for single target, but it will feel a bit lackluster in terms of clearing, but it will perform as advertised. I know we talked about golems here in the chat before making this video, and it should work fine is basically the best way I can put it, because I think that you have to remember that the delirium effect on enemies in the mapping stage or the clearing through the campaign means that we will do significantly less damage to our enemies. And if we're doing significantly less damage, golems will fall flat on that end unless you have access to like a clay shaper, preferably 2, or at least some extra levels, and then you have the problem with the actual primordial jewels. I don't think it's going to be a big problem to get a hold of this, but I think it's fair to mention that I personally think that they will have some damage issues early on until you get access to these items, or at the very least the clay shaper. So if you're playing in the trade version of the league, I think you'll be fine. If you're playing Soul Self-Found, you might be struggling quite a lot with the damage output with this type of build. Other than that, we got Spark builds. I played Spark during the first event of this Mayhem approach this month, and that was a self-cast Spark. I had a lot of fun with that, and the best thing with this is that Spark is one of the better leveling abilities you can use during the campaign, so you can just stay with the same build you're leveling with as you're going to play in the end game. And there's obviously the totem version, which can be done in different versions as well, such as one of my moderators, Tubaka, has been playing Spark totems, and lately he's been playing Ball Lightning totems, which is actually what I will be playing in the league start for tomorrow's event, the Delirium event. I'll be playing Ball Lightning totems. But for this, I wanted to talk about Spark, as I have personal experience with Spark, and I think it's reliable to level with, as well as the end game. Very good speed from start to finish. However, it is fair to mention that for the end game, you'll need some gear to help with the survivability. And if you're looking to do bossing with this type of build, you'll have an even more pressing focus on getting gear to make that happen. Obviously, we can't go on with a league starter or event starter list without mentioning my boy Pox. Basically, anything Righteous Fire related from Pox will perform just as good and exactly as advertised throughout the entirety of 3.19, and there's no difference or any changes from that for this event. So if you want to play Righteous Fire, go check out Pox content. He's got everything and then some. I know he has some guides up on the PoE Vault page as well, so do check that out if you want to check out Pox content. Obviously, I don't have that much experience by playing DD Ignite, but, you know, as a former racer in hardcore for many years, and the way DD Ignite has been for a very long time, it's not fair to not include it in this type of list. The meta of these events, as per usual, is then the current state of the game. There's nothing more to add. DD Ignite will perform as advertised. And I do want to make a little side note, and that is the fact that pretty much any build that will be using the Obliteration Wand, Profane Bloom, or Explodey Chest, for example, anything that utilizes the explosions on a kill should perform very well in this type of event for the sake of map clearing, especially as the damage of those explosions are based at the max HP of the target that is killed. And with the Delirium event, that should significantly increase the explosion damage that you're able to pull off. So once you kill your first target, everything else should pretty much be dying very quickly thereafter. So I wanted to mention that as well. And I hope you guys will set up a fun goal and have yourself a very enjoyable time in the Delirium event. And I'm not going to prolong this video much longer than that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment down below to help pray to the YouTube algorithm gods. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. So till then, stay safe. keep rocking.